Okay, so in today's episode of Binge Watch, we're talking about a show that the moment it released became a hot favorite for a lot of people. One of the finest dark comedies to come out in recent times, a show with hilarious moments and memorable characters. We are talking about a show that will make you think about your next vacation. We are talking about the first season of White Lotus, so let's go. The White Lotus is an American satirical comedy drama series created by Mike White for HBO. Originally conceived as a limited series, its critical acclaim and popularity led to its expansion into an anthology series. The inaugural season, consisting of 6 episodes, premiered on July 11, 2021. The White Lotus masterfully blends dark humor with incisive social commentary, offering viewers a thought-provoking exploration of privilege, power dynamics, and the human condition within the microcosm of a luxury resort. Set in the opulent yet fictional White Lotus resort in Hawaii, the narrative unfolds over a week, delving into the intertwined lives of the affluent guests and the diligent staff. Beneath the resort's idyllic exterior, the series exposes underlying tensions, personal conflicts, and societal critiques, culminating in a mysterious death that bookends the season. Well, it's time for fun facts right here on Binge Watch. First fun fact is that the creator of this very show, Mike White, actually visited a 4 seasons resort on which the whole hotel that they're showing in the White Lotus is based on. Secondly, Mike White has actually made a cameo in this very show. He's playing the role of Greg, who's of course Jennifer Coolidge's love interest. Well, the third fun fact being that this show was actually shot during the lockdown, and it was shot in a bubble. Well, this is actually one of the quickest productions for HBO. It was shot in a span of 2 months. 2 months, and what a great show that we have. Well, it's time for main character right here on Binge Watch, and I'm going to be telling you who, according to me, is the main character from the White Lotus Season 1. Well, the main character for me has to be the role of Armand, played wonderfully by Murray Bartlett, and let me tell you why. Well, Armand is that one guy who seems chill at first, but then it all goes downhill real fast. He's the hotel manager who's low-key unraveling, and it's honestly a vibe. You can't look away as he spirals into full-on chaos. Murray Bartlett ate that role up. Well, it's time for standout roles right here on Binge Watch, and I'm going to be telling you who, according to me, are the standout roles for the White Lotus Season 1. Okay, so first up, one of my favorite characters has to be Tana McQuaid, and let me tell you why. Well, Tana is literally the queen of the season. Jennifer Coolidge plays her like a tragic mess who's low-key iconic. She's the rich, sad girl trying to find meaning in her life, and her lines like, "I'm just a rich lady with a dead mom," hit hard. She's hilarious, a little awkward, and super relatable in a chaotic way. Iconic is the word. Well, the second character for me has to be Shane Patton. Let me tell you why. Shane is that guy who's so entitled it's almost comical. He's the classic rich dude who can't stop causing drama because he's obsessed with getting his way. His whole "don't I deserve a room with a view" energy is chef's kiss for causing chaos, but it's also like shut up. Well, my third favorite standout role from the White Lotus Season 1 has to be Rachel Patton, and let me tell you why. Rachel is that girl who's just trying to figure out her life while married to a dude who's acting like the whole world revolves around him. She's questioning all her life choices, and her whole arc is like, do I really want to be here or should I peace out? Very relatable, very real, and honestly, she deserves better. Okay, so it's time for highlights from the White Lotus Season 1. So here's the really interesting part. You have big locations, wide shots, but you yet feel claustrophobic for all the characters within the show. And you still feel for the characters and the situations that they're put into. And that's the absolute genius of Mike White. So kudos to him for that. Let me tell you about my favorite scene from the White Lotus. And here goes. The scene where Rachel meets Olivia and Paula by the pool is super awkward and revealing. Olivia, the rich, snarky college girl, immediately makes Rachel feel out of place with her sarcastic comments about her privileged lifestyle. Paula, her more grounded friend, is less blunt but still gives off some judgmental vibes. Rachel, still adjusting to her life with Shane, feels like an outsider in this world of wealth. The whole interaction highlights the class divide and sets up Rachel's growing doubts about her life and marriage. It's a subtle but key moment in the season. Well, now it's time for, if you like this, then what can you watch? And I would suggest you watch Hacks. Let me tell you why. Well, Hacks is a dark comedy about an unlikely duo, Deborah Vance, a legendary Vegas comic, and Ava Daniels, a cancelled young writer. Ava's hired to help Deborah update her material when her career starts to fade, but they butt heads at first. Over time, they form a weirdly heartwarming bond, with Deborah teaching Ava about comedy and the biz while Ava pushes her to take risks. It's all about comedy, generational class, and finding unexpected friendships in the process. And well, that's it for today's episode of Binge Watch. Would love to know what you think about the White Lotus Season 1. What are your favorite moments? What are your favorite characters? You can comment down and let us know if you want us to cover the White Lotus Season 2. And please like this very video so that the algorithm pushes it further. Share it with family and friends. Subscribe to Radio 1 International, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep binge watching. Bye-bye.
94.3 Radio 1.